I found out I had a $50,000 loan in my name when I got a call saying I had missed a payment. The problem? I never took that loan, not even close. And yet, there it was. My name, my credit, my responsibility. And the worst part? The person who used it was my own father. My name is Kevin Brooks. I'm 34, living in Atlanta. I work a steady job, nothing crazy, but I've always been careful about one thing: my credit. Because in the US, your credit isn't just a number, it's your future. Where you live, what you can buy, how you move forward. And I had spent years building mine. On-time payments, low balances, no shortcuts. Because I knew how easy it is to mess that up and how hard it is to fix it. So when that call came in, I thought it had to be a mistake. "Your payment is past due," the woman said. I told her she had the wrong person, wrong account, wrong everything. But then she read out the details, my full name, my address, and that's when my stomach dropped. Because somehow, this wasn't a mistake. I hung up and immediately checked my credit report. And there it was, a loan. $50,000 opened months ago, missed payments already showing. My hands literally froze because I knew what that meant. This wasn't just about money. This was identity. And if this stayed on my record, it could follow me for years. I needed answers, so I called the only person who could possibly explain this: my dad. He picked up, and for a second, I almost hoped there was a simple explanation, something that made sense. But deep down, I already knew. I didn't just discover a $50,000 debt in my name. I realized someone I trusted had used my identity like it didn't matter. "Dad, I need you to tell me the truth." There was a pause on the line. Not long, but long enough. Because in that silence, I already had my answer. "I was going to tell you," he said. That line hit harder than anything else. Not denial, not confusion, just admission. My chest tightened, because now it was real. "You took out a loan in my name?" I asked. Another pause. Then, yes. Just like that. No hesitation this time. No attempt to explain it away. And somehow, that made it worse. Because this wasn't an accident, this was a decision. "I was going to pay it back," he said quickly. "I just needed time." I didn't even know what to say at first. Because how do you respond to that? How do you process the fact that someone used your identity like it was nothing? "I didn't think it would get this bad," he added. And that's when something shifted inside me. Because this wasn't about what he thought anymore. This was about what he did. I asked him how long it had been. "About 6 months," he said. 6 months. 6 months of a loan I didn't know existed. 6 months of missed payments building up under my name. 6 months of damage already done. And I had no idea. That's when the reality started stacking up. Late payments, credit score dropping, collections possibly next. All because of something I didn't even agree to. I asked him why. Why he didn't just ask me. Why he didn't tell me. And his answer? "I didn't want to worry you." That line, it didn't make things better. It made them worse. Because this wasn't protection, this was betrayal. "I thought I could fix it before you found out," he said. But he didn't. And now I was the one dealing with the consequences. I hung up the phone after that. Not because I had nothing to say, but because there was too much. And none of it would change what had already happened. I sat there, trying to figure out what my next move was. Because this wasn't just emotional anymore. This was legal, financial, and it was tied directly to my future. I called the lender, explained the situation, told them I never authorized that loan. And their response? "If it's in your name, you're responsible." That sentence hit harder than anything else. Because in that moment, I realized something critical. This wasn't just his mistake. It was now my problem. I didn't just have to confront my father. I had to face the reality that his decision could damage my future for years. The next few days were overwhelming. Not just emotionally, but mentally. Because now I had decisions to make. Real ones. The kind that don't just affect your present, but your future. I spent hours researching, reading everything I could about identity theft, fraud, legal responsibility, trying to figure out what my options even were. Because this situation wasn't simple. It wasn't a stranger who did this. It was my father. And that made everything harder. Because technically, I could report it, file a fraud claim, dispute the loan. But doing that would mean something else. It would mean naming him, officially. And that's where everything became complicated. Because now, this wasn't just about money. It was about family. And I found myself stuck between two realities: protect my future or protect him. And the truth is, there's no easy answer to that. I kept going back and forth. One moment I was angry, thinking about the damage, the risk, everything I had worked to build. And the next moment, I was thinking about him, his situation, his struggles, trying to understand why he did it. But understanding something doesn't fix it, and it definitely doesn't erase the consequences. Meanwhile, the clock was ticking. More late payments, more damage to my credit, more pressure building. And that's when I realized something important. Doing nothing was also a decision, and it was the worst one I could make. So I took action. I disputed the account, started documenting everything, and began the process of separating myself from that loan. It wasn't quick, it wasn't easy, and it definitely wasn't comfortable. But it was necessary, because if I didn't protect my credit, no one else would. At the same time, I had to accept something else. Things with my father were never going to be the same. Because trust like that, once it's broken, changes everything. I didn't hate him, but I couldn't ignore what happened. And moving forward, that meant boundaries. Real ones, clear ones. Because if there's one thing I learned from all of this, it's this. Trust is important, but it's not protection. Especially when it comes to your identity. Because in today's world, your name, your credit, your financial reputation, those are assets. And once they're damaged, they take time to rebuild, sometimes years. I didn't just discover a $50,000 loan in my name. I learned that even family should never have access to your identity without limits. If a family member used your identity for a loan, what would you do? Protect them or protect your future? Because sometimes you can't do both. What would you choose? Leave a comment and don't forget like and subscribe to Dollar Confessions for real money stories.